Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to a new video. Just checking in with you guys. Wanted to show the 56 Chevy that I have already prepped up. Quick mock-up Atlantis kit. This is for the Scale Riders build-off that we got going. Started this month of June, running all the way to December. There's still time to join. You just got to make sure that it's an Atlantis kit and it's a Chevy. So let's go right ahead, and I'm going to show you guys kind of what I'm doing with this right here. I'm going to kind of explain some things of what I put together here. So let's get right into it. Ooh, so here we go. All right, so did some switch ups on this model. Right away you notice the roll pan right there, a grill. I'm gonna rotate it right here. These are just whatever wheels I found in the stash for now, but these aren't going to be the ones I'm going to be rolling with. They're too small. I need to go a size bigger on these. You know, this kit comes with the doors already cut out. What I ended up doing was just smoothing them out, getting rid of the door handle, and even up top, getting rid of the little window here. And I still need to fix the trim right above right there. I just added the original styrene, so I need to straighten that out right there. In the back, you see this very dramatic long skirt. This comes from a vintage 1962 Impala kit. Those were extra parts. And man, like I have this bag full of little parts that I, bought some months back on eBay. And it's cool to get these little packs because once in a while you will find something that will fit. And this skirt, I just love the way it looks. Something very different, something you do not see on these kind of cars. Right above, as you can see there on the top, kind of the same. Here, let me there we go. Got a nice little focus right there. Look at that antenna just sticking out right there. You got it nice and centered, just holding it with tape for the mock-up. Nice and sleek, very low. I want this to just be slammed to the ground where you do not see the back wheel. And, I want to go with the bigger wheel for the front, make it very dramatic right there. For the back, I'm still working on the back. I have this rear bumper. Oh, it's actually just like a styrene part that I'm thinking about creating it into some type of roll pan and having it kind of stick out so it slants out, sticking out more, and maybe, even adjusting the tail lights, making them a bit more dramatic. Right here, I know they end at the tip, but I might make it be more sticking out, more pointier. So that's going to be the next phase right here. Getting rid of a couple of the pillars right here. What happens is you start to have this really big dramatic, window opening, right? Similar to, think of a Mercury, right? You got a chopped Mercury. You got all this very exaggerated, big, open, wide windows. I kind of wanted to do something like that. I don't think I'm gonna chop the roof on this. I just really like the bulkiness of this look. Even sectioning it, I'm don't plan on doing that. I really like the specs of how everything is just very dramatic, you know. I think the skirts make up for that on that aspect right there. The roof, I mean, once I start fixing all these little things, it's gonna start to come together, I think, like that. And then obviously right here, I gotta fill this in with some styrene. Gotta make the roll pan all fit right there. And let's go ahead and take this off here because I do want to show you guys. Here, see, this is kind of how I do the wheel mock-ups, right? Kind of cool. But here we go. Let's set this aside for now. All right. So obviously doors do open on this. So these are just being held by tape. Trunk does open as well. The hood also comes off. And for this front roll pan, I mean, I had to just cut this whole section in the bottom because the original front section was sticking out. And those are the parts that receive the front grille, the front bumpers, So I had to just shave everything off right there. And then this roll pan, to make it fit, I had to pretty much put glue right in there. And then you see just a tiny bit right there. The thing was, I put the glue, I'm holding this thing like this with one hand, the other hand getting the accelerator and just pouring it in there. This thing was still wobbly and being all wonky. I had to rip it out. I had to kind of sand it a bit, redo it again, slap it on there, repeat the same process. And then immediately, as it was starting to dry, I came over to the God hand mat, and then I just like placed it, making sure that it was just flat right there. That was like the key thing. I was like, you know what? This thing, like, take a look at the face right there. It has to be flat. And that's what I like about this glass mat, that it's tempered glass. It's hard. It's not like the regular mats that we use, like this here, where this tends to bend, right? It gets all weird. And I mean, this is a really flat surface. I know underneath there's wood down here, but even that could get wonky. Plastic tables can get wonky. But what I really like about this glass is it's nice and flat, it's portable, it handles, it's been tried and true. Look at this. And I love the body. It's not warped, it's not all weird, you know. I know a lot of people, say some mean things about Atlantis, but hey, I'm here. I'm not trying to defend, I'm just trying to prove, like, hey, you know what? There's some really cool bodies that come out, and if, hey, you get a bad one, you got to challenge yourself to fix it, right? So anyway, I just try to line that up as close as possible right there. If it wouldn't have came out right, I would have took it off again, redone it, and just repeat it until you get it. All right, so now the grill. This grill is a vintage grill as well. It's already discolored. The chrome, a lot of it has already came off. Not really worried about that. One thing I did have to do, because it was too wide, I had to cut the ends of it. Also, I ended up sanding the top part on both sides, you know, top and bottom. I'm trying to find my sanding stick, oh, here it is. I think this is the one I must have used. So it was more like this, holding it like this, and then I was just sanding this flat on both sides, right? The thing is, the mid part starts to stick down. It's a specialty design, but I want to get it somewhat uniform and flat. So here's the thing with this. So once you start doing that kind of stuff, I'm trying to fit the grill right in here, like that, right? And as you look close to the teeth, you start to see what's in the way, what's not really lined up. Here, let's move it just a slight bit more over. And it's not really hanging straight and flat. It's kind of angled going forward. Like it's going to fall forward, right? I want it to be slanted a little bit more back. So if you look at the headlight housing, like this area right here, you'll notice that these teeth are still sticking up, covering a lot. So my thoughts right now, just from looking at this, is I'm starting to think maybe I might need to shave these three here and these three here just a little bit, enough to have that clearance, right? And I might even have to shave on the bottom and here too, to sink it down more. And then that way this can get shaved, but it doesn't have to be so dramatic, just a really nice light shave. So everything just tends to fit. I don't really want to, be digging in here or whatever. You see this right here? I need to fill all this in, right? So when that time comes, most likely I'm going to put a piece of styrene on the bottom, and then I'm just going to start pouring bits of glue in there until I get it nice and flat, As far as this side right here, I might get a piece of tape, lay down some tape, get a pencil, get with the shading, do the outline, remove that, slap it on some styrene, cut that out, and then just slap that on there and just start molding it in. It's all gonna look like one complete piece. all this, it's all gonna look like it came with the kit. And you know, I've been thinking a lot about, am I gonna open the hood? Am I gonna open the trunk? What's going on? You know, I this right here, you know, I really don't care about showing the engine or anything like that. Most likely what's gonna happen is I'm most likely gonna glue the hood down. And you know, if I do that, these inner fenders, I'm gonna most likely cut these out. I don't need them, you know. I'm gonna just shred those, get those out of there. That way those bigger wheels can fit in there, and I don't have any kind of fitment issues with that. I could focus more on the body, on what I want to do with this. And you know, the trunk. So the trunk is also a very large trunk, right? And if I'm going, you know, somewhat towards the custom route, you know, it's not going to be fully complete. You know, I kind of been contemplating on filling all this in with glue and possibly making a new cut, a new trunk, maybe like right here, like doing a different design where the trunk opens from right here, you know. That could be a possibility right there, but I still don't know, you know, because if I'm gonna do something dramatic with the trunk, then I have to do something dramatic with the hood as well. You know, meaning like I would have to most likely glue in the hood, mold all this in, so it looks like it's one piece, and maybe just make a smaller trunk cut right here at the top, so it's like this opens to match somewhat of what's going on in the back. As far as the doors, I mean, these doors are pretty big, right? Matching with the body right there. And I mean, the doors, I could probably open them. Maybe I could suicide the doors like that, you know? I could open them up and on both sides or just one side. And, you know, the focus can be on the overall body stance and everything, and then also the interior, you know, by opening that up. If I was like, you know what, if we're gonna open up the trunk, maybe I could also, as much as decorating the interior, we could decorate the trunk. So at least you get to see those aspects right there. I mean, who knows? What if we do glue this down and everything, and like I said earlier, oh, I don't care for the engine or whatever, but let's say, what if I do open the trunk, maybe one half or just something, maybe I could just do a quick little sneak peek of the engine or something, just to kind of tease it a little, you know, not really like showing like, oh, this is a full engine build, but more of a custom. And it could just be some weird radical engine. It doesn't have to be, you know, something very traditional, like, you know, it could just be something totally different in there. Um, and who knows, in the back, it could be, everything could be hidden, where maybe I could even put a little light in there, a wheel, you know, who knows? So I'm just going to let my mind run free whenever I look at the model. You know, as far as right now, this is kind of the direction where I'm headed with this car. I did post photos of it, so I know for some people this isn't like new news. I just haven't made a video on it. And this is me just coming in and doing this video and being like, all right, let's start, you know, getting you guys pumped and motivated, and let's go from here, you know. So I'm gonna still play around with this and see what's up. I'm gonna see what's up also later with the wheels to see what I'm gonna be doing on there as well. So there you have it, guys. That was the update right there. I'm very excited about this build. You know, little by little working on it. I've been really busy doing other things. That's why I have not been recording a lot of videos, but I am behind the scenes, you know, working on this and kind of seeing what I'm gonna do with it, what direction I want to head, you know, and everything is gonna be like pretty much improvised with a little bit of planning. But I'm always open to opportunities when I see like, oh, dude, I'm right here. Maybe we need to add this. Maybe we could add that, right? So once I finish up this initial mock-up where I'm like, all right, cool, I think I'm done with it. Then I'm gonna start moving on to the paint to see what colors I'm gonna be going with. If I'm, you know, planning to do effects or what's going to go down, I got to have that all also planned out. So for when that month comes, I can go ahead and start doing that and just taking it easy. You know, like I said, I'm busy doing other stuff, but I still have the time to step in and continue working on this build. Also, heads up, want to let you guys know, because we did get these in. Bam, we got the gold. Bam, we got the mirror finish. So with these, this is all I have left. You know, when I got these in, you know, I sent out the email letting people know, hey, they're in stock, put it on Instagram and other social media sites, and people started picking them up because I know they've been waiting on them. I know a lot of my friends have been asking me about them, and they've been waiting on them, and they're here. So I only have these copies left right here. I know for those of you that have been following a lot of the previous videos from the other builds, I mean, this is what I use for my models, you know. And I know I'm going to get this question asked all the time. You know, what do you use? What is that? What do you use? And it's Hasegawa mirror finish. You know, this is what it is right here. I have it right now. So if you guys are looking for it, I would just say cop it. If you know you see this video a year from now or in the future, you know, and I don't have them anymore or whatever, just look them up. You know, you're gonna find them hopefully somewhere. Because man, these when I get them in batches, I get like cool, nice amount of batches, and then they're gone, and they're gone for a long time. Then it takes time for another run to come in. But that's just a heads up. Real quick, let me show you. So this right here, the mirror finish, and look at the gold. The gold's kind of trippy right here as well. And also, I mean, this is just the cover. I don't want to open it, but once you take it out, it's so nice and clean and more vibrant. It's just, it's inside of this plastic, right? It doesn't really do it much justice until you remove it from it. And oh my God, it's so dope. So dope. The mirror finish right here. This is, if you want to level up from not using bare metal foil and you want to use this for your cars, man, this is going to definitely bling out your cars. So it depends on the type of car you want to build. If you're doing a show car, a show piece, whether it's a lowrider or a custom, bam, this is the stuff I recommend. JDM, bam, this is the stuff I recommend, you know. But if you're like, nah, like my car is going to be weathered, it's a time period piece car from the 60s or 70s, you know, I don't really want it like that, bare metal foil is going to be the way to go, you know. So this is more, you know, just I'm doing a show car, you know, definitely good piece right here. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a good one. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, guys, take care. Peace out. Later.